been streaming. I am late mostly because I realized that I didn't have the footage I need to look at ready. So okay. So I'm going to have to kill some time until I download it. Yeah, you gotta get those MRCA bots ready before finals. Um, yeah, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. We're starting to get some videos in. Hopefully, I have footage for all of them. We like we did before. We are gonna react to some videos that or react to the fights from the Battle of the Burbs or Battle in the Burbs. Sorry. It was down in Chicago. It's another modified Swiss. This event was just ants, and it was also in a smaller arena, which I definitely feel affected how I did at the event. And I brought both Bigfoot and Skunk Ape, the same duo I brought to the event prior, and I think this was I don't remember if it was I think I might have had one weekend before, so I think it was like 2 weeks after the last one. So I was pretty fresh and ready. Okay, give me a second. I am trying to get the sorry, I'm trying to find. I don't think all of the footage loaded. Unfortunately, they're also not loading in order, apparently. Because, of course, why would they? Then I would at least be able to get started. I've already started editing the other videos that I was working on for the event I reacted to last week. So, hopefully. Do we have footage for all the fights? Okay. Okay, so it's definitely not all uploaded yet. And we're going to be looking at this through my drive and oh my god. Of course, cuz why would this work the way it was supposed to? I think there's going to be a fight missing, so that's going to be a problem. Let me see what I can come up with. Also, I'm going to try to see if I can find the footage. Okay. Okay, I do have... Okay, so I do have some footage too of the... Okay. So I do have the footage that was uploaded to YouTube for anything that... I am going to use the footage from the stream in the video, but there's also going to be stuff in the video that I don't like. If I miss anything in the stream, it'll be added to the video, and there'll be the fight cards and the music added to the video. So there will be stuff that'll be some in the video that won't be here, but not much. If you are here in person, then so like there will be stuff in each that's not in the other, because I know my recorded videos get a lot more views but by me doing it on stream, I'm able to get this out a little bit quicker. Because especially once I get caught up to the events, I'll be able to do the. Because currently, right now, I'm doing stuff from like a month ago, but I'm hoping to be able to do a reaction on stream like the Thursday after the event. Because I'm hoping to be able to do the reaction the Thursday after the event. Okay, do I have the first video ready? Okay, so Bigfoot. So Bigfoot's first fight. Sorry, I'm like too busy looking at. So Bigfoot's first fight for this event was against Porklift. Porklift is another four-wheel drive lifter, so this should be a pretty interesting matchup since we are probably two of the best lifters in the Midwest. Actually, was that the first fight? Now I'm trying to remember what the which fight. Yeah, it was. Sorry, I am out of order. That was the second round. I am all messed up. The first round that Bigfoot. So Bigfoot's first fight is against Slam, not Porklift. It's. So yeah, Bigfoot's first fight is against Slam, which Bigfoot has. Bigfoot. Oh, fuck. I'm messing this up. I need to lock in. Our first fight is against Slam. Slam is a two-wheel drive drum robot, or it's actually a multiple disc, not a true drum, but that's just arguing semantics. Bigfoot has fought Slam twice already, and it beat Bigfoot once, and then it has... And Bigfoot beat it the second time they fought. So I have a chance that I can win this, although it's definitely a pretty good robot. So we'll see how this goes. Let me get the footage. Is it not download that one? Or is it this one? It's this one. Okay, give me a second. Is this a joke? Why is it? Oh my gosh. This is insanity. Sorry. I am trying to make it full screen and it makes it look all terrible. Okay. That's the wrong one. We're watching it this way because when I pressed full screen, it stretched it in a weird way. Okay. Make that a little bit quieter. Oh, fuck. That's the wrong fight. Damn it. Do I not have the Slam fight? I don't have the Slam fight. Okay. We're going to. Yeah, that was a Skunk Ape fight. I am fucking dumb as heck. We are struggling today, apparently. Already worse than last time. Okay, so we're the first fight of the day, luckily. This is going to make things a lot easier. Apparently, we didn't edit it. Okay, there we go. So not a great start for us. It's clear these forks do not do well against his forks. But we can get underneath him at the angle. Not too bad at the start. Yeah, once he gets a couple pops, he's able to just keep tossing us in the air. It looks like maybe he's stuck, but not quite. I'm really not liking this small arena because it's really difficult for me to get to the side of him. I am turning my back, leaving my back to him more than I would like. I think I'm stuck in the wall. I'm trying to remember what happened. Oh yeah, the robot just turned off. Okay. Okay, we'll go back to the normal view. So actually oh god, I don't like gonna have to adjust the thing there later. Oh, oh, that was before I did the other thing. I think you asked about zoomed in, but I actually kind of forgot that the robot turned off, and I think that would have been. You're about to see what's going to happen. Um, yeah, it's so we ended up losing the judge's decision. I think it would have been a really close judge's decision had my robot not completely turned off. There could probably be an argument that I would have won the judge's decision. I did not like the small arena because all the front to front exchanges went his way. So since there was no recourse, or since there's no good way to get around him, like that mattered way more than it would in other events. And there were a couple times where I accidentally left my back to him, but I got a lot more pins than I even remembered watching this footage back. So at the event, I don't even remember what it was. I think it might have just been like the switch on the robot itself. Not even like a bad soldering connection. I think the switch might have wore out or something. But it really sucks to lose like that. The whole robot just turned off. I think it did just need a power cycle. I think it was like literally. I think I didn't like like turn the switch on hard enough. Like that's literally it. So it always sucks to lose like that. I think after that I was turning the switch a little bit harder, since that's why I died. But I could have driven a little bit better and not turned my back to him as much. But the tiny arena, I think, hurt us in our ability to get around him. But there's a good chance that we might have been able to win the judge's decision if the robot wouldn't have turned off. Even though it did go to the judge's decision, having your entire robot not function going into the judge's decision still isn't a good look, and I wasn't winning by that much. Okay. So that left us going. So that unfortunately had us starting out with a loss. And unfortunately, our second round, we're fighting against the same driver with Porklift. Porklift is his lifter robot. I've actually never fought Porklift despite how many events that I've been to that Porklift's been at. And I think at the time going into this event, we might have been two of the highest ranked lifters. Even though I have been calling Bigfoot a flipper since its new redesign. I kind of use those two terms interchangeably. Okay. Let's get pork lifts. Pork lift. I do like pork lift as a robot. It's a pretty cool robot. We're going. Let's see if this. Oh, let's see if this one works. Okay, this works. I have been meaning to do that more. The thing is, I always mean, I'm like, okay, I need to take damage photos and I need to record what I do in the pits. And I always forget to do it because when I'm at the event, I'm so focused on fixing. But yes, I should absolutely be doing that. Or at the very least, I need to take notes. Yeah, because I think I have ideas of showing exactly what I do, but I always forget. I need to better document a lot of the stuff that happens between the fights. That is definitely something I want to do. That's so that is a good suggestion. But yeah, I think because that's why I always like to show like the footage of the damage, but I always forget. Because you're gonna see later. There's a fight with Skunk Ape where I took a lot of damage, but I forgot to take any footage of the damage. And it was like notable damage that would have been really interesting to show, but I'm always forget. I need like a personal assistant or something. Okay, let's get into this one. So after a good start. So it appears the flipper is stuck, which is concerning. So I'm still doing pretty good. Ooh, that's a misstep there for me. So everybody thought my flipper was broken, including me. And so I just tried it and it worked. So he gets a pin towards the end. Okay. That was a lot closer than So I actually don't know if I rewatched that one until now, but that was a lot closer than I remember it. There was a lot of pins. I should, maybe when I do the edit back, I might count the pins because obviously it was a driving match. He's a really good driver and I had to bring my A game. It's still, I forgot to mention, I did fix the flipper issue because it's just really, I didn't like, how am I going to put this? If it's aligned perfectly, it'll work, It's just it's finicky, and I found a way to like reduce it, but I didn't like make any drastic changes to like make it never an issue. So the flipper did come back to life. I think part of it was I'm not sure why it decided to come back. Maybe it was just the 1% of the time where it was just not perfectly aligned or something. But the flipper is much less of an issue than it was before. So it has been mitigated, but I don't think it's been completely eliminated. Yeah, I think the flipper going down in the middle might have hurt me. I did end up losing that judge's decision. It was an incredibly close one. I know when I walked away, I had no idea. And I think I might have even thought I did worse than I actually did looking at it now. So we're 0-2, so there's no way we can make the bracket. And it kind of sucks because the reason we're 0-2 wasn't necessarily because there's something dramatically wrong with Bigfoot. I got two tough matchups, and well, it kind of turned off at the end, which I think I might have won that had I not turned off. And if not, it would have been close. And in this one, it was a really close judge's decision, but ultimately didn't go my way. So it was like two barely losses, and it's kind of like there's only so much I can really, and there's not like much to do about these losses, which is really frustrating. But we still got to try to get as many wins we can. It's modified Swiss, so we have two more fights. If I can figure out. Yeah, that lifter. Everybody was, you could tell everybody was like was like, oh my God, it came back. Like the group reaction to that. Oh, I forgot the name of this robot. I forgot I have to actually introduce the next robot. Am I dumb? Oh, that's Bigfoot. Okay. And that third fight is against Shimwow. Shimwow is a wedge robot. I don't know much about it, but I was feeling pretty confident going into this, considering it was another 0-2 bot that I hadn't heard of. So I was thinking I had pretty good chances going into this one. Okay. Let's get it ready. I'm just going to leave the top of my head cropped off, I guess. Unfortunately, it's hard to get good camera angles at this event because of just the nature of it. Um, I might do I might do their version on for this round because that at least has a slightly better angle. Oh, we don't want a spoiler. I kind of. Oh, that. Okay. Whoops. Okay. This is the right one. So he's got the big forks. I don't know if I saw him with these forks all day. Okay, so this is going to be an ongoing theme of this fight. We were locked horns for a huge chunk of this fight. So I kind of get a pin, except for. Uh, he kind of is able to push me in the back here. We're like really close in terms of traction, I think. I forgot to mention that I always hate going in control matchups with Bigfoot. So I do get a solid pin there. I have a really hard time trying to get around him in this fight. Okay, not sure what happened there. So I don't. I guess that you could call that a pin. Brief one. This happens for a good chunk of the fight. Anytime you see me going backwards here, I'm trying to disengage because I want something to actually happen. Unfortunately, all he does is like push me, and I like try to do it when we're in the middle of the arena so we can actually like do something. But okay, there I get a pin. Okay. Oh. Hmm. I'm trying to get like good pin at the end. Hmm. Go to the judges. Is the I forgot for a moment. I forgot it was the full thing, so just gonna keep playing. So we actually lost that judge's decision, and honestly, rewatching it, I think more solid pins than he did. Like more of my pins were like length wise, and I think Nate that there's that long period in the second half where we were just locked horns, and he pushed me back for long periods. Maybe I need to tell Brendan that you said that he missed the chance to call it Killer Bebotics, whatever. But yeah, I actually end up losing that judge's decision, which I feel is debatable. I didn't really I didn't think to like question it at the time, but it is what it is. That was a now that I'm looking back at the footage, I think those were some questionable judges' decisions, especially this one. The pork lift one could have went either way. I'm like I don't feel as, but this one I'm like, oh, I had some pretty solid pins and was able to like kind of use my lifter. It wasn't able to like flip him over, and I think this is one of the situations where, in a lot of fights where with different weapons, and I've benefited it with it as a lifter, is where if I'm fighting it like a spinner and they aren't able to like do damage to me as a lifter, I end up winning just because I end up surviving. Well, if I am fighting a wedge robot with my lifter, if I'm not able to make good use of my lifter, I get punished in a way that a wedge wouldn't. So like, I don't know, like obviously like, yeah, looking back, I am kind of thinking that maybe I'm going to rewatch this when I do the edited version again. So let's see. Maybe in the edited version, I'll change my mind. But now I'm kind of questioning that this judge's decision should have went my way. I think at the event, I was kind of like, I don't know about that one. And so that tanked my elo and kind of sucks. Obviously, I'm not upset at certainly not the driver of this robot. And I don't know if these are, I think it's also just a lack of experience from the judges, not necessarily like I don't want to like feel like I'm attacking the judges, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with that judge's decision, but it is what it is. There's not really much to do about it, but it sucks. This whole event tanked his elo. Yeah. The pork lift one, coin flip, slam. Yeah, my robot died. And it was kind of like one of those things. It's like, that sucks. Yeah. I did not see that Elytra versus Stickum fight. Which event was that? But yeah, that sucks because that tanked. Unsurprisingly, I haven't showed you the last fight yet, but this event tanked Bigfoot's elo because the first two were rough, like, because obviously they're losses, but they were against two like bots in the top 64. But losing against ShimWow just tanked Bigfoot's elo, and that was rough. But let's go into our fourth and final fight, which is against let's get into our fourth and final fight, which is against Josh. Josh is a four-wheel drive vert. It has not been doing that great this day. Josh is a four-wheel drive vert. It was not doing well this day and was like barely even functional. So, I mean, it's another 0-3 bot. So hopefully we can get at least one win today. Oh, Stick'em. Do you mean Hook'em? I think it was called Hook'em because it's Hook'em horns for the college team. I think you might mean Hook'em. I was actually surprised that Elytra won that one against Hook'em. Even though I was rooting for Elytra, but yeah, I think it's Hook'em horns. I actually had an ex that went to Texas that school. That might have been the case. But yeah, it was a close one. I was surprised, but yeah, it is hard to say if there's biases, but yeah, I don't know if there's biases at this event, but I think that part of it was my robot thing. Yeah, of the stuff I said before, but Bigfoot he's not like as doorstop shaped. It's like more about there was, when I was redesigning Bigfoot, there was a temptation to like make him more like Jelly Baby, but I don't want to, that feels like going to the dark side. But okay, let's watch this last fight. Hopefully Bigfoot can get one win. So already can't get out of the box. The spinner can barely spin. I try to flip him over because I know he's not very functional. And at this point, we just decided to leave him there. He says technical knockout. I'm pretty sure that's just a regular knockout. But because if you do the thing, you can't move. That's not. I think that's just considered a regular knockout. A technical knockout is when like your battery is exposed. But so we got one win that day. Ultimately, I was like really. Ultimately, I was pretty frustrated after that event because I finally had Bigfoot working the way it was supposed to, and I still ended up going 1-3, which was like Bigfoot's worst event ever. The first two fights were tough fights, and I turned off in the first one, which is really rough. Maybe I should have just screwed the power switch on. The second one was a coin toss of a judge's decision and also a very hard matchup. And the third one is a questionable judge's decision, and there's only so much I could do. I think a lot of those fights would have been also easier had we had a bigger arena because it gave me more room to drive, but I can't really complain that much about the arena because I knew it was going to be small going into it, but it just sucks to have a really bad event but not feel like there's something wrong with my robot. So it is a very weird situation to be in. It's like, oh yeah, this is Bigfoot's worst event, although this is far from the worst version of Bigfoot. Because of the Porklift fight? What do you mean because of the Porklift fight? It lost to Porklift. It lost the first three fights. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, we're gonna do for. So now we're gonna go back to watching. So now we're gonna go back to watching Skunk Ape. Skunk Ape was they? There's no way. So now we're gonna go to Skunk Ape. This video is gonna end up doing terribly because the footage I have is doo doo. I mean, oh, you talking about the iffy judge's decision? Yeah, I mean, honestly, looking back at this event, I kind of think that maybe I should have sent Bigfoot to the last RSL event to try to qualify, but it is what it is. So now we're gonna look over how Skunk Ape did at that same event because it wasn't an event. Oh, interesting. Yeah, You'll see how Skunk Ape did. Between the two events, I think the only thing I changed is I replaced the. Oh, I did two things. I replaced the motors on the weapon assembly, so they all work. So they're not like motors that should have been trashed, and we're like. So the motors will be working in every fight. So because I bought new motors, I actually got the FingerTech 28. No, not FingerTech. The Palm Beach 2822s. So not your cheap orange ones. And I ordered different, like the AR400 part of the drum. I changed the geometry so it's more of so it has a V divot in it, and it's AR500. And because it was like super cheap to do, I was ordering other parts anyways. But so minor changes. I didn't change the forks. I should have changed the forks to make them not go downward, as we'll probably see. But let's get into it. And Skunk Ape's first fight of the day is against a piece of paper. A piece of paper is a 4-wheel drive lifter robot. It's got a lot of little, I guess, fingers, so it's meant to look like a piece of paper. It's very close to the ground. I don't know how this is going to go because I don't know if if my forks can get underneath its like wedge situation. So we'll see. Is Palm Beach better than, I don't know if it's better than Repeat. I haven't tested them side by side, but from what I heard is that the Repeat ones are slightly off and don't work well with the drum anyways. Plus, I didn't use the Repeat ones because the Repeat ones have a different shaft at the end. It has a larger diameter shaft. And I already had bearings that had the other shaft, so I didn't want to change the geometry of it. So it's basically because I designed around a stock 2822, and I didn't want to have to change the design to accommodate a Repeat one. Okay, let's watch this fight against a piece of paper. So it looks like I can sort of get underneath him. Oh, so I am able to get underneath him there because I'm able to go to the side. We're stuck on each other. So it seems like if I push into his little fingers or whatever you want to call him, his skirt. Okay, skirt, that's what we'll call it. If I push into the skirt, I have more pushing power because I think he's using N20s to have a low profile. I'm able to chew up the skirt a little bit. He's kind of stuck in the wall. And since he's stuck in the wall, he does get an unstick. Oh God, that audio. Um, yeah, I think when I do the video, I'll edit this part out. I think if I would have went into him at that point, I think I might have gotten him more stuck, but I think I might have put the safety switch on when I during the unstick, and that's why it wasn't spinning right away. So once I realized that it's difficult for me to get a bite on him, but I'm able to get underneath him just enough to push him, I'm like, well, that's our strategy now is to push him. Oh, he does get a flip on us though. So yeah, it becomes more of a control match since I'm not able to get a bite on him at all. So we did go the distance. So the fight ends up going the distance, and we did have more pushing power than him. I did a good job of trying to drive cautiously and keep like straight on with him, so he doesn't just like control me the whole fight. Because I know if he gets the right angle on me, pretty much anywhere other than front to like, if I'm not perfectly facing him, he's able to get underneath me. I do ended up winning that judge's decision, even though like there is like no damage points awarded, pretty much. Because I was able to just push him around the whole fight. He got like underneath me once or twice and got one flip in, and I only really got one hit on him. But sometimes playing the control game ends up working out, even if you have a spinning weapon. But yeah, I think I just had having more pushing power, having grippier wheels, as well as having, I guess, the stronger brushless motors, I think worked out in my favor, and having just good enough ground game in order to like scrunch up his skirt, even if I wasn't getting completely underneath him. I think it might be better if I found a way to lower Skunk Ape's weapon. I did not end up doing that after this event, but I do think that would be one thing I could do with Skunk Ape, lowering the weapon so you can hit more things. Skunk Ape used scissors. It was very effective. I mean, a vertical spinner is much like scissors, you could say. So Skunk Ape is doing pretty well, starting the day with a win, which brings us into our second fight, which is against Midnight. Midnight is a two-wheel drive horizontal. Even though it looks a lot like a scalar kit, it is not a scalar kit. It was based off of one and I think shares parts with it. I have fought it twice with Bigfoot and lost both times. So going into this fight, I am quite nervous. But maybe this will turn out differently for Skunk Ape. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, Skunk Ape has his work cut out for him. I thought I was coming at the side. Not quite. Can't self-right quick enough. So he's stuck. It might not be clear, but Skunk Ape's right wheel guard has been removed from the robot. The only. Oh, sorry. I forgot that the video cut. We okay. Okay. So he got unstuck. He was still sitting on the side. So he gets stuck again. You can see that the wheels are holding on for dear life. Yeah, since Midnight is a terrifying robot and he ripped off the right wheel guard, normally when that wheel guard comes off, the wheels come off with it. I looked closer when I pulled Skunk Ape out of the box, and essentially there's washers between the wheel and the wheel guard, and the screws didn't come with the wheel guard. And so what happened is like the washer was just sitting on the screw and was just barely keeping those wheels on. And so like I have to take the win because I know one hit, even like a mild hit, will probably make me lose half my drive and make me lose that fight. And so that was a lot of luck on Skunk Ape's part. So I mean, I guess a win's a win. I have to take that win. It wasn't exactly my proudest win, but I mean, the fact that my robot survived that long and I was able to drive it with the wheels barely hanging on, I don't feel too bad about, but that was definitely, but yeah, I should have gotten a picture of how it looked when I took it out of the box because it was amazing how yeah, they are dependent on the wheel guards, but there's like not a good other way to do it, especially with with how it's mounted, because the wheel guards are mounted to the axle, and I tried to have the wheel guards mounted to something else, but there's only so much room on the side of the robot, so it just kind of has to be dependent on each other. I should note that after this fight, my plan for other horizontal spinners is I cut off the front fork parts. Like, you know how the wheel guard comes down like their forks to corral people? I actually cut those off for the next time I fight a horizontal. I might talk about it again. Because I think what happened is when he's spinning, when he hits that wheel guard on the inside, it basically just peels it off. So I decided, at least against horizontals, that I wouldn't have those protruding out. Okay. So, sorry, I want to find. Okay. Let me get the next fight up. Yeah, that was a surprising start. Is this the right one? No, that is not. That is not the right fight. Oh God, I have to go back to the original version. Both these robots do not have much weight for a wedge configuration, because that's why Skunk Ape has a TPU wedge, because I really don't have much weight. If I did, I would have done something different. Let me see if I can find the next fight. Sorry. I should have prepped better. Okay, that was the... Okay, so Bigfoot fought first in this round. Is this the right? No, that's not the right robot. Go against... There's definitely... Skunk Ape at its first event was like lighter after a couple fights. Was I like one of the last fights of this round? Or did I miss it? I had to... Oh, we were like the first fight of the round. Oh, God damn it. Oh, shit, that's right. Oh, they started the recording partway through the fight. That's right. So we got to watch it like this. We got to watch at least the first part like this. 1 second. Oh, God. Really? You're going to be... error. Try again. I can't do it. I can't do much. I can't zoom in because if I do full... Well, oh, now it's normal in full screen. It was not normal in full screen before. Okay. Okay. Sorry. The problem was in the you'll see it later, but in the stream, they actually didn't start the footage until halfway through this fight. Oh shit! I forgot to introduce the robot like a dummy. Okay. So with a 2-0 start, that brings us into our third fight, which is against Zugazawang. I don't know if I pronounced that name right, but it's a 2-wheel drive vertical spinner, which is actually by the same driver and builder of Midnight. It's a pretty scary vert. I caught some of its fights before this. It was pretty lethal, and if it's half as scary as Midnight, I am in for a tough fight, but let's see how it goes. Okay. Now we can switch to the other one. I was spending so much time trying to find the footage that I forgot to introduce it. Okay, let's go. Oh, wrong fight. Do I not have the first fight part of this fight? Do I just not have it? Oh no. Or is it this one? No, that's the slam fight. Do I not have it? Oh no. Please tell me I don't. Nope, that's Midnight. Belladonna. Sorry, now I'm just spoiling everything. Oh god. We don't have the first part of this fight. No. Damn it. Wait, I don't have the Zugazugwag fight. I should have it somewhere. Sorry. I saw the footage, didn't I? Am I crazy? That's Midnight. That's the second half of Midnight. I have to check my... Sorry. I thought I had the footage. Um, Let me see if I can find it. Because otherwise this is gonna be really awkward because we're not gonna be able to. Weird. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to see if I can find this fight. Okay, sorry, it's gonna take a second. I did find it. I just have to move it from my phone. Swoop. Zargazargweg has only fought in like 2 events. That's probably why you might not have heard of it. Okay, so because it was sent in a message to me, which I had to back up to my phone, and then I had to download to my phone, and then I had to back that up to the cloud, which is what we're looking at here. Just ignore all the pictures of window shades. Also, you can see a lot of see some of the freaking weird pictures that I apparently like to save. Come on. Is not going as planned. This stream is a night is not going. Come on. Yeah, because it was like, it should be like the day after, wasn't it? It was like 2 days after. Either way. Okay, so it should be downloading. Got a spoiler, unfortunately. This is, come on. Please. The one, oh, it's right here. I forgot there was a day between it. Okay. Okay, let's go. First impact goes our way. My weapon jams up pretty quickly. Not a good place to be. Nasty hits from both of us. Don't blame me for these camera angles. We are not doing good. We are not driving super great. You can see the back of the robot's been scuffed up. He took a chunk out of the bottom. We started out pretty good. We're still surviving, though. So his fork does get stuck in like in our weapon. It's basically coming through the back. Okay, we are. I'm gonna circle back to the other version because it was turned off. We're gonna go to this version. That way, we can actually get a better angle. Yeah, it wasn't a super deep. So yeah, we are really struggling now. We're kind of just hoping for something to happen to him. Looking worse for wear. We can't really go front on without getting hit. Our wheel guard's falling off. We've lost a wheel, sort of.